So now we're going to try to transfer things that we learned about analog drawing into the digital world. And we're going to first start with some very common, very basic drawing commands, such as the polyline and maybe the circle. Just to get us started with, you can pretty much draw anything with those two commands. So the first thing that we'll need to do, of course, is we'll need to open Civil 3D. So if you're running Windows 8, it's pretty much the same thing. You're basically going to be looking for the Civil 3D. So on mine, I have both an imperial and a metric. If you're not running version 2015, if you're running something older, or if you're running something newer, that should be fine. I do want to mention that Autodesk does release a new version of their software every year. So of course some of these videos may not match up perfectly with what you have on your end. The button may be a different color or design or have been moved to a new position. So please make sure you select the correct button as you search your interface for the command. Alright, so now I'm in here. So you may not have any of these. Maybe you just have Civil 3D, just a simple Civil 3D without imperial metric after it. And that's okay. Go ahead and open that, and it may ask you for imperial metric after you have opened it. So on mine, I'm going to choose imperial. If you've not opened Civil 3D ever on your computer, you definitely want to right click on it and choose Run as Administrator, and you only need to do this for the first time that you open Civil 3D. It tends to make sure that all of the materials and everything initializes okay as you run it as administrator. So I've already opened it several times on this computer, so I'm just going to simple left click on it and go ahead and let this open. Once it opens, it may or may not look like something like this. Again, this will be totally dependent upon the version of Civil 3D that you might have. So I'm actually going to click this little application drop down thing here, and I want to go to new because I want to open a new drawing. So here, as I said, you have two options, imperial or metric, and we're going to choose metric. Metric's already selected as my default. So I'll just go ahead and click open. So again, you want to make sure that you choose metric. Now my interface may not look exactly like yours because it's been reconfigured as a result of an earlier project that I'm working on. So I'm going to try to make mine look exactly like yours. And maybe when you open it, up here at the top, it says Civil 3D. So you're in this kind of workspace. So this little drop down thing up here is your workspace. So maybe yours looks something like this. So if I click this drop down again, I notice that I have 3 other workspaces I can choose from. And for the purposes of this chapter, like I said, we want to make sure that we all have the basics so that when we get into digital terrain modeling, we're not fumbling with trying to figure out how to draw a contour line. So we're going to go to drafting and annotation and pretty much dwell there for a while. And then once I do that, I notice that my ribbons change up here at the top.